Good afternoon, Alex Star Nation. Y'all know it's serious because I had to pull out the microphone and the webcam. So over the past 48 hours, a lot of people have experienced TikTok being really weird. A lot of people weren't getting new videos on their For You pages. They were getting videos that they had already seen. And a lot of creators, including myself, noticed that we weren't able to upload videos. And if we did upload videos, they would be getting 0 views or they'd be marked as unpublic and like only for you. And just in general, a lot of people were having like a lot of difficulties with the app. And the reason for this is because of the recent purchase of TikTok in the US by the company Oracle. Now, the reason that Oracle has bought TikTok in the US is due to the mass amount of, legal trouble that TikTok has had over the past like 2-3 years fighting to stay in the US. And ultimately, US lawmakers figured that if TikTok wanted to stay in the US servers had to be purchased by a US owned company. And that company just happened to be Oracle. Now, since the timeline of everything happening is Oracle acquires TikTok gets a new terms of service, and then TikTok goes down for about 48 hours. A lot of people were afraid that, TikTok was censoring them. TikTok took away all the important political videos on their For You pages, and that Oracle and the US government were censoring them. And this was basically the end of TikTok. I'm here to just quell your nerves about the whole thing. If you give me 3 minutes, I'll quell your nerves about the whole thing. I don't know what the future of TikTok is going to look like with Oracle, being, the head runner of the servers in the US. I can tell you what I do know about what is currently happening and about why TikTok was down. Whenever TikTok was down, I didn't really grab any screenshots, so I'm sorry about that, y'all. I can't pull up receipts. Whenever TikTok was down, I went to a couple of creators' pages that I follow. I went to my friends' pages. I just went to, big names that I would know so I could look them up real quick and, see if their videos were also getting 0 views. And I tried to do this with, non-political and political TikTokers so I could have a baseline, a fair baseline to who was getting 0 views. And everybody was getting 0 views across the board. Even my friend who posted a little fit check a couple hours after TikTok went down said that he got 0 views. And this was simply because the servers were down. Now, the best way I can explain servers being down is basically we were unplugged from the rest of TikTok and they had to plug us back in. Imagine that the rest of TikTok and its servers operate in China because that's where ByteDance is and TikTok is a Chinese-owned company. But the United States has to separate itself from the Chinese servers because we have to operate within the US. Basically, they unplugged us from the China servers and they had to plug us back into the US servers. Whenever they unplugged us, that's when TikTok was down. We did not have access to those servers. In order to upload something, you upload them onto servers. If the servers are down, there's nothing for us to upload onto, we get 0 views. That's just kind of how it works. Now, if your For You page is looking a little funny, that's okay. It's probably going to return to normal in a couple days after you liking and scrolling. Because after we were down, after I plugged us back in, your favorite creators, they weren't posting, you weren't seeing new videos, a lot of stuff was stagnant, a lot of recycled content is coming up, a lot of content that you usually wouldn't like is coming up because the content that you do like wasn't being posted, and there was just no new content for about a good 12-24 hours. So give it a couple days, your For You page should return to normal. Mine's is already getting back to normal. I can already see my political videos. My political videos haven't been taken down. The political videos I am seeing have hundreds of thousands of likes, if not sometimes millions of likes, so I think that should be fine there. Now, the biggest part that I've seen a lot of people make commotion about is the new terms of service. And I also want to quell your fears with that because we're going to go over the new terms of service and the old terms of service. A lot of people are worried because the terms of service is basically saying that they can collect information about you if you use their app, including or not limited to, your gender identity, your sexuality, your citizenship status, your immigration status. And that was, just spelled out right there on the terms of service. And a lot of people were afraid of that because, especially with everything happening in Minnesota, everything happening around the country with ICE, I don't blame people for being scared of that. But I was curious if this was a new update, now they can start collecting this information. So I went back to see if I can find the old terms of service, and what it seems to be is simply a change of language. If we go back and look at the old terms of service on the Wayback Machine, it basically says the exact same thing, but in a kind of a different way. In the old terms of service from December 1st, 2025, it also tells users that TikTok will collect data that they choose to disclose, not limited and including their immigration or citizenship status, their sexuality, their gender identity, basically everything within the new terms of service, but just worded slightly differently. I think the only thing that has changed in the new terms of service is that TikTok is admitting that they also might collect precise location information, and I think you can opt out of that. I don't know. Yeah, I hope this video kind of puts some of y'all's worries to bed. For my other, creator program people out there, I'm pretty sure that ByteDance is still handling the monetization. ByteDance still has 20% of TikTok, so we will still get paid. If you can't see your creator analytics right now, I couldn't see mine either. Mine just popped up randomly like yesterday, so don't worry, it will be back. Your money is safe. Any information that I provided here is just, verifiable, non-conspiratorial shit that I could find on the internet. Also, if you are worried about surveillance and, government surveillance while you're on TikTok, we carry a phone, but we carry a device around with us with a camera and a microphone at all times. If you were really worried about government surveillance, I really think that you would get rid of your phone first, the device with the camera, a front and a back camera and a microphone listening to you at all times, the device that runs through wires and can listen to your conversations at any time, that pings off cell towers and get your precise location. We all have phones. Guys, I do not give a shit if the government's watching me. They might as well could already be watching me. Y'all have a good day.